yesterday, and I think we started off the season on the right foot by going to an apple orchard with my kids. It was a homeschool trip with our homeschool co-op, and it was just a nice way to step into the season. My oldest daughter was feeling sick that day, so that was not fun, but other than that, we had a really great time. There's so much that I want to do today and so many autumn tips that I want to share with you to get into this season. It doesn't have to cost much, just to kind of get you cozy and comfy and in the mood so that we can enjoy these moments, these everyday moments, and be in line with the current seasons. In my side of the world in North Carolina, it is seriously fall. It's crazy how fast it changes. It switches from summer to fall and from spring to summer so quickly. Sorry, that's my dog. So before I keep going with this video, I really want to make myself an iced latte, and I'm going to make it a pumpkin spice type of iced latte. I'm not usually very into pumpkin flavor, but I still want to try making it out on my own and see what I think. And also for anyone who wants to make some pumpkin iced coffee at home, I'm going to show you this super simple recipe. So we're moving on down to my little coffee corner here. I recently got one of these under the cabinet lights on Temu. If you haven't heard of Temu, it is a China-based company with a bunch of different sellers, kind of like Amazon and Shein mixed together, where some of the stuff may not be like the best quality, but it's very, very cheap. And a lot of the things honestly I approve of. I haven't shopped so much of the clothes there, but a lot of the home items I've been satisfied with, and this under light is one of them. Let me show you. I can literally take this off. It's like a magnet on that part, and then I can charge it so that I don't have to like worry about the batteries running out and having to replace it. I can just simply charge it. And then it also has an automatic setting, which doesn't seem to always work for me, but sometimes when I'm in this section it'll automatically turn on. So that's the only thing where I'm not sure what's going on with that one, but it still really works really well as a light. And it was literally only like $2 to $3. Prices on Temu are like crazy cheap. So it was for sure under $5 for that light. I only bought one because I wanted to test it out. But now that I know that it works well, I'm going to add some to my other cabinet. To make my coffee, I use this adapter thing. I have a Keurig where you use like those pods, but I stopped using them because they're more expensive and the plastic isn't good for the landfill. So I just decided to buy organic fresh coffee, and then I just scoop it into this. I think this came with the Keurig actually, so this is just like an adapter where if you're not going to use the pods, you can just use this instead and put coffee in here. So I keep my coffee in an airtight container because I do notice that after a while it starts tasting gross, like tasteless, like it loses the taste of coffee. So I put about 2 to 3 tablespoons of coffee in here, and then I just seal it. And this is not an espresso machine, so if you want to make something like iced coffee, something that would probably be better if you use espresso, what I do is I just choose the smallest setting on my Keurig so that it brews it with the least amount of water so that it's a stronger coffee. Okay, so we have my hot coffee right here. This is about a half cup maybe. But I'm gonna pop this in the fridge for now so that it can start cooling down. Okay, so now we're on the blender side of my kitchen. Okay, so in the blender we're going to add 1 cup of milk, and I like to use whole milk. Then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of pumpkin puree. It smells pretty good. And we're going to add 1 to 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, just depending on how sweet you like it. Then we're going to do half a teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1/4 teaspoon of pumpkin spice. And now we're just going to blend this all. Okay, so I filled up my mason jar with some ice. I'm going to pour my coffee over the ice now. And here we have my pumpkin milk mixture that we made, and I'm going to pour it over my coffee. Let's give this a try. That's not bad considering I'm not huge on pumpkin spice anything. I do think I needed to add more sweetener though. I only did a little bit over a tablespoon of maple syrup, so I'm gonna go add some more maple syrup to this and then we'll be right back. Okay, so I want to take this time to just talk a little bit more about fall and all of the things and things that we can do to be more cozy in our home and kind of just transform it a little bit to so that you can feel like you are aligned with the season inside your home. Even if the weather on the outside is not really matching with the season, it's still a great time to it's kind of like we're taking a break from all the summer and all the outdoors and all of the water, and give ourselves some rest, some break. Balance is so important with the earth, animals, humans, everything. So it's definitely important to start slowing down a little bit and just kind of enjoying the comfort and enjoying rest. So let me take another sip of my coffee. It's actually really good. I do have an email list. You can sign up to be on it, and I send out weekly newsletters where I share recipes and I also share my weekly meal plan. It's kind of what it started off as. It started off as like dinner plans and giving you ideas of what you can make for dinner so that your meal planning can be easier to do. And there's so many benefits to meal planning in general. I have a video on that. But that's what that email newsletter started off as. But I also share other things like new blog posts, new YouTube videos, things that are aligned with the season, or different homemaking tips, motherhood, all of that stuff. So if you're interested in that, you feel free to sign up. The link is always in my description. The point of that is that last week's newsletter, I did share some fall-inspired books and movies that I recommend. I have not read or watched most of them, but through my research, they are on my bucket list this season. So I'm just sharing that with you, and I'm gonna name a few right now just so that if you're interested in reading a new book or watching a movie or anything like that, then I can give you an idea now. So let's start off with fall movie ideas. So one of them is When Harry Met Sally. I have not watched this one. From what I know, it's a very heartwarming movie, and I think it does start off like in the fall season. Another one is called All That Heaven Allows. I'm still trying to figure out where to watch it because they're not on Netflix. If I can find a link to where you can watch it for free or stream it, I'll link it below. The next one is called The Odd Life of Timothy Green. That one is a good one to watch as a family. And then Gilmore Girls. I'm sure everybody talks about that. I didn't start watching Gilmore Girls till literally a few weeks ago. I don't know why. And it's funny because I didn't know that the daughter in the show, she's known as Rory, and that's what I've been calling Aurora since she was a baby. So I thought that was interesting when I started watching the show and I heard that her name was Rory, so I thought that was cute. I'm sorry if the angle is different. My camera died and I'm recording on my phone now. Okay, so let's move on to books. I'm so excited about books because I have been falling back in love with reading again. So one book that I recently read is called Fall Into You, and that one is such a sweet book. I actually gave a review on my TikTok, so I can post it below if you want to see. But it's a sweet romance. It's also funny. It's very modern, but there's also a lot of traditional values in there. The next one is called The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. First of all, the cover of this book looks so cute, and I have not read this one, but that one is on my list. It's another romance book. The other one is November 9th. It's been recommended by friends and so many people, so I decided to add that one to my list. I don't know if it really has much to do with fall, but I do know that it's called November 9th and that's in the fall time, so I was like, that passes to be on my list. And then there's another one called City Baker's Guide to Country Living. That one seems very sweet also. And then there's another one called Meet Me on Love Lane. And then the last one on my list is called Dreamland. That one is not really set in the fall, but it's a book that Nicholas Sparks came out with towards the end of summer, like in August. So I decided to add it to my list because I had not read a book by Nicholas Sparks in so long, and he was like my first favorite author. When it comes to music, I have been really enjoying vintage oldies music. My husband sent me these playlists on YouTube that I love. The songs are edited in a way where it sounds like it's like muffled in a way, like it's background noise, and it almost sounds like if you're in the other room and there's music playing on the other room. It sounds like there's rain in the back. It just sounds very like aesthetic and very cozy, and I love it so much. I'll share with you like those channels and some of my favorite videos. And that's all for now. I will share some easy home decor tips later on in this video. But for now, we have to head out and pick up my Walmart order and then get back and do some homemaking things here in the kitchen.
Decided, and then it has that swing.
try it. Try to do that. Hello, lovely friends. We are continuing our week here in my home. First off, we're making something that screams fall. Pumpkin cinnamon rolls. These are my delicious pumpkin cinnamon rolls that I made yesterday. I just want to say these are gooey, delicious. They're so yummy. I have never made pumpkin cinnamon rolls before. This is actually my first batch because in previous years I have not always been a huge fan of pumpkin anything really. But this year I decided to try it out again and I'm actually really liking it, which is great because I can, enjoy it and fall more into the current season. That's why I made my pumpkin creamer and now I've made these pumpkin cinnamon rolls. They're so good and pretty easy to make, so I will link the recipe below in case you want to try it out. I plan to make another batch this week because I signed up for our community yard sale to sell things from my home. So I decided that I'm also going to make some baked goods in case anybody is interested. So I'm a little bit nervous about that, but at the same time, I'm excited because I know that these are so delicious and people will love them. I love that there's a nice tinge of orange on the bread, which, of course makes it that much more fall and, pumpkin. It just has all of those vibes. We are going to have these later. I had one this morning and I'm currently not hungry right now, but they are so good. They're delicious and the kids love them. Now let's talk about wellness. We are going to be preparing a simple garlic honey fermented medicine that's not only easy to make and tasty, it's also fantastic for your immune system. If you have not already heard the hype with this whole thing, then I'm here to share with you how simple this really is. There are so many benefits to this honey garlic fermented medicine. Anti-inflammatory, antiviral, there's just so many benefits to this medicine because for one, garlic has so many amazing properties and of course we know honey does too. And then when you put them together and ferment it in a jar, we all know that the process of fermentation allows for even more benefits. So we are going to be making this today. By the time this video goes up, I will have a blog post that I'm linking in the description below. But that blog post will go more into detail and step by step of exactly what to do. Of course, it's so simple. So you just need to follow this segment of my video and you will know how to do it. But if you want even more details and all the benefits that this honey fermented garlic medicine does for you, then go ahead and check out that blog post so that you can know a little bit more information about it. I've never made this before, but I've heard that with this medicine, you just take a spoonful of it when you're starting to feel a little bit sick. You can also take it as a preventative measure where you take it daily, or you can just wait till you start feeling a little sick and you can even take a spoonful of garlic if you're already sick. Sometimes when I start feeling sick, I literally just smash a garlic clove and I swallow it. I only do that when I'm sick. I don't recommend eating garlic, like a whole garlic clove daily, because I don't think that's good for your gut health and your gut bacteria. But I do think garlic is amazing as a medicine, so we will be eating the garlic cloves if we're feeling sick this upcoming season. But this is just the perfect time. The fall time is the perfect time to start making this because it does take about 4 to 6 weeks to completely be ready due to the fermentation process. So it's good to start now so that you can have it ready for the seasons as it gets colder and there's more of a chance of getting ill or getting a cold. Let's be productive and proactive and help our family, our loved ones, and make some of this garlic honey. And this is also a really good gift. It's an amazing gift actually. All we're going to do is we're going to peel the garlic cloves, literally just put them in a mason jar. It is recommended to smash them with a chef's knife or poke some holes in it just so that it kind of speeds up the fermentation a little bit more, but it's not necessary. But I will be smashing them just to kind of help it out. For this recipe, it is recommended to do a 1-to-1 ratio. I've heard 1-to-1 is recommended, but I know people just do it their own way. So we'll see how much we can fit in here. I'm going to start off with probably a cup of garlic cloves and then see how high this is. I would like to fill up this entire jar just so that I can have enough. And this can last years if you are taking care of it properly. What's up? Sorry, I got interrupted by my child who needed a snack. I used to feel a little bit more pressure to make sure that nobody came and interrupted my videos. But then I realized that, this is real life. I'm a homemaker, I'm a mom, and this is the way life is. I'm constantly in the kitchen and I'm constantly hearing doors open and close and children running in and out of the house, grabbing snacks, playing and laughing outside. So You might hear all that background noise and just know that's literally normal life. Another tip when it comes to the honey is local honey is always better. If you have not already heard, local honey is supposed to be more beneficial because it helps more with your like seasonal allergies. Okay, so we have just under a cup of garlic cloves. We're going to put them in this clean mason jar. First of all, I love this packaging of the honey jar. It says 1 pound pure honey. It's just like a very nice strong glass jar, and I love the cork, so the packaging is just so cute. So let's open this honey up. It smells so good. So let's start off with 1 cup of honey. Just probably like this entire jar. Yeah, it is. It's 8 ounces. That looks so pretty. This honey is so yummy. And I totally forgot to smash my garlic cloves. I got a little too excited. But I have this plastic fork that I'm going to just kind of stab them with. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but yeah, it actually looks like it's working. There is another little step that you have to take in order for this to work. If you don't know how fermentation works, the garlic begins to release gases, and pretty much it's kind of like multiplying bacteria in here, and that's good bacteria for your health and for your gut and everything. So it is necessary that at least until it's fully ready, which is, it takes about 6 weeks, we burp it. So by burping, I mean we take it out from their dark shelf, pop it open, just let it get like a few seconds of air, and close the lid, turn it around upside down so that you make sure that the garlic cloves on top are also getting drenched in honey. But you do have to burp it every single day, once a day for the first 6 weeks. So that is the only thing. It is kind of like sourdough in a way when you're doing your starter and you're getting into the habit of making sure you're feeding your starter daily. So this is kind of similar in that way, but it is so worth it because there are so many amazing benefits that this garlic honey gives you. Like I said, I have the blog post linked below that gives you more details and more information about this whole process. Now we have nature's medicine right in your kitchen. So easy to make, and your family will reap the benefits of this upcoming season. We always, of course, hope to prevent getting sick, but of course our body sometimes just needs that reset, and we sometimes do need to get sick. It makes us stronger, and like I said, sometimes it's just like our body's way of needing rest, of needing to just kind of detox and reset, like I said. So sometimes it is necessary that we get sick no matter what we do to prevent it, but of course preventing it is key. So like having a healthy diet, exercise, keeping stress at minimum levels, having a balanced diet, and of course this can be considered preventative as well, but it's also there as medicine. So I hope you enjoy this. Is all about embracing nature's beauty, and you can really lean into the season by using natural decorations that you can find outside, that you can thrift. So I want to show you some simple natural ways that you can decorate your home this season so that your home can feel nice and cozy, but you don't have to feel the need to go and spend a bunch of money. So let me just share with you a few tips for decorating your home naturally and a very like cottage feel warm way. So one tip is simply turning our books around so that the binding is not showing. It just gives it a little bit more of like a vintage cozy look. So this is the way it looked before, but just simply turning them around kind of helps. I also like using natural colored like pumpkins. Like for example, this pumpkin is like more of a natural, it's like a wooden type of material. On this side, I think this was from like a Target dollar spot. It was probably only like $5, and it's an acorn, and it's perfect for fall. You can store things inside of it. Opens up and it's like a little cute basket that you can store things in. So using simple brown tones like that kind of warms up this whole space without